Yo, what's up, people? In this video, we're going to take a look at Bulldog mindset. People have asked me to do a video on this. I never did. I know nothing about him. I thought he was one of these like fatalist, like red pill people. I don't know. After looking at his page for literally 5 seconds, it seems that he's more positive than that. It seems like a positive self-improvement channel, as opposed to, like, no offense, ooh, look at that, I hit 2,000 subscribers, how about that, time to celebrate. Anyway, as opposed to, like, again, not a dig against these guys, they just seem a little bit more pessimistic in their worldview, like Coach Red Pill, for example. Not that I disagree with him, I'm not saying he's wrong, but, like, he's just more, a little bit, like, angrier. This seems to be, like, a little bit more positive. Anyway, whatever, we're gonna do this one. How I bought, oh no, sorry, what MGTOW and Red Pill used to be. Kind of interested in what this might be. Anyway, if you have recommendations
in this video,
for videos,
we're going to be talking about what MGTOW and Red Pill used to be. I've gotten a lot of comments. I've got a couple of videos out there talking about MGTOW and talking about what is the Red Pill, and I get a lot of comments from, you know, fucking idiots. But I want to explain to you guys why there's all these guys that are saying this one thing. They're calling MGTOW, calling Red Pill something, and think that everyone else who's talking about it different from what they're saying is wrong. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, get the physique you want, get the girls you want, and go from the victim mindset to what I call the Bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something you are interested in, make sure you click that subscribe button and join us on our journey here. Red Pill and MGTOW both have changed since their original inception. Really, if you went back to, like, kind of the father of Red Pill and where it came from, it's probably Rollo Tomassi in his book The Rational Male. I've talked about this before. What it used to be, okay, what the whole idea of Red Pill was this idea, there's this narrative, okay, what we call the blue pill narrative of society and gender dynamics, okay, that defines the way that women and men interact. This whole fairy tale, Disney princess type of way in which a man can be this knight in shining armor and sweep a woman off his feet, and she's going to be faithful and love him, and by being kind and treating her right, he's going to win her affection, and that's all good, okay? That was sort of the notion of what the blue pill was, okay? And the red pill...
Well, let's see what he has to say.
Philosophy really came to say that, look, you know what, it's actually not quite the way it works, right? There's some stuff that we learned from some pickup artists and from some of this kind of stuff that women's nature is a lot different.
Alright, so, you know, took him 2 minutes to get to the point. Anyway, here's the point, right? I don't know, I should have said this earlier, but whatever. The red pill stuff basically says, like, okay, like you said, it's not, you know, you're and this, strangely, like, this seems to be something that women have understood the entire time, and it's really the, like, why are so many men angry, really, honestly? Because we actually thought that the whole fairy tale thing, we thought that was how things worked. How you, like, really, seriously, we did. We actually believe that. It seems like women actually never thought that. They were just, like, operating, whatever, we'll get to that in a second. But as men, we really thought that you grow up, you meet your special girl, your soulmate, and you find her, and you love her, and she loves you, and you live happily ever after. We actually thought that. We believed that, you know? And it wasn't until we saw, like, all this evidence in various forms, whether it's personal experiences, anecdotal evidence, or scientific examples from the animal kingdom, from literally every single animal that is alive. Well, not every single one. 99% of animal species also operate this way. They were like, oh, well, actually, this is kind of what humans do also. Oh my goodness. You know, you map over some of the concepts from all this other stuff, and you're like, oh, maybe this, like, fairy tale stuff, or it doesn't seem like this fairy tale stuff is real. It's not real. And what I was going to say earlier, it seems like women understood this from the beginning. They know that the fairy tale shit isn't the real deal. I feel, honestly, like women are much more primal than men. You know, I don't know what it is about the difference between men and women. Women just seem more in tune with, I don't want to say reality, because it seems to me that sometimes women have trouble verbally expressing, you know, what actually happens in reality. But I think if we were to only analyze their actions, I think they're much more in tune with reality, whereas men, we get caught up in our heads a lot, and we're like, well, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that, and this didn't happen, therefore, I can't deal, you know? I don't know if that made any sense, but another thing, first impressions about this guy Bulldog mindset. I said this in another video, I think it was the last Face and LMS video that I did, where I was like, you know, because what is the Face and LMS thing? What does he say? He's like, looks are the only thing that matter, and here's proof that women lied about that. You know, doesn't that make you mad? Kind of thing. It's like, okay. And I remarked, every time I do a Face and LMS video, shit's like 45 minutes long. But I remarked, I was like, where are the coaches who will teach you like how to get in shape, how to make money, and how to get girls? Really, like where is that? Who's doing that? And this guy actually seems to be doing it, right? Like, I don't know, is he like a PUA or something? I read some title of a video where he said he bought 10 apartments and retired at 33. Seems pretty cool. I think he's a little older than 33 now. But he seems to be doing everything. Like, seems like get laid, get paid, and get in shape. Those are the three hot ones for men. Anyway, yeah, let's see what he has to say about the red pill.
Different than what we thought. It's not that fairy tale thing. That it's actually true that most men are more of the kind of romantics, like attached, and women actually are hypergamous, meaning that they're going to always look for a better mate, a more higher status male. That there's these kind of fundamental truths, that the way that sexual attraction works in women is really interesting, and that it's a lot different than what a lot of guys thought. That they do want a dominant kind of alpha male. That they want a guy that shows this dominance. Okay, that is, you know, is surprisingly a more like the asshole. Okay, which we kind of knew, but you know, that those are the kind of things that are attractive. It was just an idea that was to teach you what reality actually was. It didn't have any maliciousness in it. It didn't say hypergamy was wrong or bad. It didn't say that women were bad or wrong. Okay, it said, you know, definitely was against feminism. Okay, but it didn't do it in a spiteful way. Just so that, you know, this is the way that things happened, and given a welfare state, you know, women will choose that, and they will choose to have the independence from needing a male provider, and it makes sense. And because of that, this is kind of the way that the tables have turned, and this is a situation that you're in as a man. Okay, and understand that situation. That was the basic premise of the side of red pill. Okay, it's just seeing reality as it truly was, realizing that being the nice guy, being the gift-giving, you know, kind of beta male was not going to get you laid, and that women operate a lot differently than what men thought.
So yeah, that's true. I mean, that seems to be true from my experience and from the collective experiences of many other people. I don't know, maybe women watching this were like, actually, I don't like assholes. All my boyfriends have been really nice, fat guys, you know, who are like 5'2". Like, all right, fine. Anyway, I've noticed back when I used to date a lot more than I am now. God, I gotta get back in the fucking dating world, man. What am I doing? What? I was walking around, little side note, I was walking around yesterday, I was walking around last night. Like, I came to Vietnam, I don't know, I'm going off on tangents way too often in these videos. I don't fucking care. My YouTube channel. You don't like it, go somewhere else. Anyway, I was walking down the street yesterday. I don't know, I fucking stubbed my toe at the gym and, like, couldn't do my workout. I was in so much pain. Anyway, so I had a lot of time and energy last night, so I'm, like, walking down the beach, just, like, in my head, thinking to myself, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Really? What am I doing? Why, you know, my limited lifespan. Why am I spending, you know, the end of my 35th year of life here in this like town full of like rude Vietnamese people who don't like me, don't like any foreigners? You know, why am I here? Why am I not somewhere that's more fun, that's more enjoyable? And you know, to be fair, I came here to grind out 3 months of fucking making like 8 videos a day. That was my original purpose for coming here. So I was wondering, I was like, what am I doing? Anyway, shit, why did I talk about this? I have another point. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So back when I was dating a lot more, I noticed, and I learned this from, I read some blog about pickup, where the guy said, he's like, the less money I spend on a date, the better the date goes. And I remembered this back in the day, because back in the day, what I would do, my date for girls that I met, whatever, this is in Tel Aviv, by the way. I lived like a block from the beach. And what I would do is I would tell the girls, you know, what do people do on dates normally? Oh, let's go to a bar, let's have a drink, let's go to a restaurant, let's like, whatever. That's really what it is. It's like, let's eat food and let's drink alcohol, or some combination of those two. So I had this idea in my head. I was like, okay, spend less money, don't take her to a bar. Because what's the problem with taking her to a bar is like, okay, you're on a first date, you go to a bar, you know, a lot of the time, girls will only want to have one drink at the bar, and they'll nurse it very slowly, because they don't want to get too drunk, because they know that if they get too drunk, they're more likely to sleep with you on the first date. Maybe don't want to be seen as a slut. Maybe holding out for like a little bit more long-term potential. Whatever your reason, I'm not saying it never happens, but that is a known obstacle, let's call it, to like getting laid on the first date. Which, to be fair, is what most guys want. Like, we don't want to put in that much work, really. So anyway, one little workaround that I had for this was like, okay, a bar is out. That's not good. I know. What if, and this is my date, I've said this before, maybe I should make a separate video on this, but what I would do is, you know, get the number or whatever, and I'd say, oh yeah, let's do something Wednesday night, whatever it was, right? She's like, yeah, sure, what do you want to do? And I'm like, all right, why don't you meet me at the corner of blah, blah, blah at 7 o'clock. She's like, okay, what are we going to do? And I'm like, it's a surprise, right? She's like, okay, like, he doesn't seem like a serial killer. I guess I'll trust him a little bit. Anyway, she'd meet me on the corner, and it would conveniently be like the corner, you know, like 10 feet from where I live. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just got to go into my apartment really quick and grab a bag, right? She's like, what's going on? Like, what did this guy plan something? Like, who plans things these days? So anyway, take her into the apartment and grab like a backpack that I packed with like a blanket, bottle of wine, a couple wine glasses, a chocolate bar, and like some snacks. And we would go to the beach, and all this cost me like, I think I paid 20 shekels for the bottle of wine, the cheapest bottle of wine I could find. It's like $6, right? And the chocolate bar, it's like $10 on the date. We'd take her to the beach and put out like, spread out the sheet, and we'd have like our little like beach picnic at night with the ocean in the background, drinking wine, and it was very romantic. $10 for the entire thing. They were always impressed. I never had one girl who was like, I can't believe you didn't spend any money on me. Like, oh, I'm so disappointed. They're super impressed, and the success rate was much better as a result of that. Anyway, just random tangent that I thought of as a result of that. Was I an asshole? No, I wasn't an asshole at all. I think it's not so much that you need to be an asshole, it's that you need to have a spine, and you need to be a little bit obnoxious, because when girls see guys who are obnoxious, they see it as a sign of confidence, right? If you like, frequently when I go abroad and I'm in a social situation, I'll play up the like loud American thing, kind of like try and put off a douchey vibe, because I know it's like the equivalent of like a girl wearing a tight dress. It's like, look at me kind of thing. As a man, okay, you can wear like your like tight black t-shirt if you want, of which I have many, by the way. But if you wear your tight black t-shirt and you like sit in the corner by yourself and you don't talk, it's not going to do as much good for you as if you wear your tight black t-shirt and you're fucking loud as shit and just like talking really loud, being obnoxious and like making jokes. It goes a lot further. Anyway, nothing to do with what this guy was saying, really.
Okay, that was the basic concept. From that, this whole MGTOW movement, this men going their own way, sort of came from a stoic set of principles that basically said that, you know what? We're going to do our own thing. We're not going to participate in this necessarily gynocentric society. We're going to go out there and we're going to use this red pill mindset that we have, okay, understanding what's actually happening, this reality of the situation, and we're going to make the best of it, okay? We're going to do our own thing. We're not going to be so obsessed with women and validation and all this stuff. Instead, we're going to pursue our purpose in life, okay? And we're going to learn these things, and we're going to use these things to our advantage so that we're going our own way. We're going different from the way society is going. We're going to say we're men, and we're going to do what we want to do, and we're not going to be influenced by these societal norms and these, you know, these cultural type of environment that we have that defines what a man and a woman is and all these things. Let me tell you what's happened now, where red pill and MGTOW is basically gone. All it is what I would call male feminism, right? So MGTOW especially has become ridiculous. It's become a bunch of guys that can't get laid, that are saying that they're rejecting women, that are calling women thoughts and hoes, that are completely becoming male feminists in the sense that they are rejecting everything. They're bitter, they're angry, okay? Anyone that disagrees with them, they try and shut down, okay? They do these downvoting campaigns on videos. This video will get a ton of downvotes, okay? They are hypocritical, all right? And a lot of them are just like, I mean, when I look at the MGTOW videos out there in the channels, they're unsuccessful men that are like living in their parents' basements, fucking recording, you know, dirty, scroungy, you know, making like, $30,000 a year or less, okay? They're just losers. They're just...
So, I think he's right. I agree, right? Like, if you want to examine, if you want to judge the quality of an ethos, let's say, or a belief system, you look at people who have that belief system, and you look at their character, you look at their life, you look at their results, and if you see that as a step up for yourself, if you're jealous of their lives, then it makes sense to copy their belief system, right? Because their belief system is what will influence their behavior, and their behavior is what will ultimately affect what they have in their life or what they don't have in their life. And because I've made a couple, back in the earlier days of my channel, I made a couple, because I've always been into the like red pill stuff, like been into pickup and dating, and I think I have some interesting thoughts on the topic. So I'll make a video on MGTOW, because I actually was, like, you hear him talk about like the original version of MGTOW. That's what I think I was, really. Like, I found this red pill stuff. I was like, oh my god, like, this is awful. I don't want anything to do with women, really, unless I have to put in like zero effort. And I just kind of like wrote women off completely and put no effort into pursuing anything with them at all. It wasn't because I was a virgin or had sex with like 2 girls in my life. I had sex with a lot of girls. Like I'd never been on a date before. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing it because I couldn't get girls at all. right? Which seems to be a lot of the people who are attracted to MGTOW. It's this idea of like the game is, and to be fair, like they're not. I don't want to say they're not wrong. It's like the game is rigged against most people. Women are, you know, kind of more likely to like certain traits in men over others that most men don't have. If you do not have those traits, you are at a disadvantage. The system, the socioeconomic system of America, let's just say, is not in your favor if push comes to shove and the girl one gets divorced and take half your shit. Okay, those things are all true. But you look at the people who espouse those beliefs and who believe those things, they're not this guy. This guy's crushing it in life, right? Arguably crushing it because of his beliefs. Now, is that because of his beliefs on sex and dating? Probably not entirely. But, you know, homie, like, I don't know, whatever. I guess he's, like, traditionally good look. I don't think he's that good looking. No offense, Doc, you ever watch this, but, like, he's in good shape. He's making bank. I'm assuming, like, I don't know. I'm assuming he does well with girls. Seems to have that kind of confident vibe. You know, I would much rather copy this guy and what he does than some, like, MGTOW guy who, to be fair, no offense, MGTOW YouTubers out there, if you watch this, like, the ones that I've seen, I've only seen a few, but they're either anonymous, right? So they hide their identity. Not a good sign, really. They hide their identity, number one. Or they're, like, you know, mid-40s, not in good shape at all, don't look like they would get any girls if they tried. And I guess the ones who do get girls were probably not MGTOW, but more on the, like, aggressive red pill side of things. Not like civil, like this guy is what I would consider like a civilized red pill person. Just because he's not like women are hoes, fuck these bitches, yeah, pussy's great, but you gotta make money instead. It's like, who are you trying to appeal to? Like, who's your demographic? Like 14-year-old prepubescent boys who are like angry from the flood of testosterone that's flowing through their body that they're not used to. But anyway, the ones that I've seen are like pudgy middle-aged dudes who like they're riding the MGTOW keyword on YouTube to get popularity, right? It's like MGTOW is a very easy keyword to rank for, right? What I should do, in fact, I might do it after this, I should make videos on MGTOW and why it's fucking bullshit. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's brilliant. I'm gonna make a video on MGTOW and why it's bullshit after this. It's gonna get so many fucking views. It's so popular, you know? It'll get a lot of downvotes, fine, but it'll get people to see my channel. It'll get ranked like that in the search results. Which is what these guys are doing. They're just doing it in the like, yeah, MGTOW's right. Women are hoes. There's this one black dude who's like, he commented on my video. It's like, his hashtag is get your ass out of here. And like, we had this like whole long exchange. I forget what his name is. Anyway, whatever. I should debate these guys. Like, it's good exposure. You know what I mean? Even if I lose, even if they tear me apart, it's like, okay, they tore me apart on a channel with fucking 20,000 subscribers. Some of those people are going to fucking subscribe to my channel anyway. Like, what do I care? It's a net gain.
Just fucking losers, okay? And they think that they know what they're talking about, but all they're doing is they're parroting what all these other losers are saying. They're not going out, they're not improving themselves, they're not making anyone better, they're not actually trying to change anything for the good. They're just bitching and whining and complaining and being completely pathetic. It was supposed to be more of a philosophy, I think, just a way of thinking, at least the red pill mentality was, but they've actually made it into a club, a movement of guys that are just vile. And you see them everywhere, right? When they do show up, and they'll show up here, okay? And what they'll do is they will post nasty comments. They'll say, oh, who's this simpleton? Who's this cuck? Oh, what a loser? Oh, whatever. And they're just going to make all kinds of derogatory comments, okay? Instead of actually having a constructive debate, instead of actually engaging their mind, they're just going to repeat just like fucking parrots, like they always do. If you haven't already, take that Bulldog quiz.
Interesting. Okay, so like, to be fair, was he really being constructive? No, I think that's because he's had like bad experiences with these MGTOW people who, I don't know, will the top comment be intelligent? I'm not sure. Stop looking for attention and spreading false information. Tiger MGTOW, right? Bulldog, check out Coach Greg Adams. Let's see. I'll look at Coach Greg Adams. Why not? MGTOW, the only way to go. Like, here's the thing. It's like socialism, right? When you, or it's like any really ethos. Okay, you want to look at the people who practice it. If those people are people that you want to be like, then there's value in that, right? Like, look at like, I don't know, this is a bad example. It'll probably rub a lot of people the wrong way. Mormons. For example, Mormons, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they're always super nice. Every time I met a Mormon person, they're the fucking nicest people in the world. Straight up. Even the ex-Mormons. They're just nice. I don't know how else to put it. They're nice, they're cool, they're like modest. They're just nice people. They always make fucking bank. They're always like very well off. Why? I don't know. I'm not saying there's not fucked up shit that goes on in the Mormon community. I'm sure there is, as there is in any community. But like, there's obviously something good in Mormonism that is producing these people in the Mormon factory, right? Another example that people hate is Judaism. You know, people love to shit on Jews and Judaism. It's like, oh, you know, it can't be their ethos that's producing these people. It has to be because they're like pulling the strings from the top and like tenting their fingers and like doing all this stuff behind the scenes to like make it so that they're always winning and everybody else is always losing. Haha, it's the Jews, you know what I mean? Never consider for a second to maybe take a closer look at like the volumes upon volumes, like millions of words, hundreds of millions of words that are written analyzing like everything in the fucking Old Testament, like all the thought that's gone into it, all the history of Judaism. They don't think about that. No, it's not that. It's because, you know, Rothschild. That's it. And again, to say, not to say there's nothing fucked up about, you know, Jewish culture or like bad shit doesn't go on. Of course it does. We're human beings. And what's another one? Like hardcore feminism, right? In and of itself, what's the point of feminism? Women should have the same rights as men. On paper, that sounds good. Who would say no to that? Really? Like, what? Women shouldn't have the same rights? How crazy is that? Is it not crazy to think that? But in practice, who does it attract? It attracts fucking crazy people. Just like this men's rights shit. Attracts crazy people. Yeah, fine. The people who like wrote the ethos, wrote the philosophy, you know, they're not bad in of themselves, but their words are like twisted, and in practice they attract a lot of people who don't like this guy's message, which is like, work hard, put your head down, do the fucking painful shit that you don't want to do, and you'll get ahead. It's like, what's another example? You know, if you want to look at like nationalism, right? Love of country, love of state, love of your own people's culture. In and of themselves, those are not bad things. It's not bad, really, to be nationalist, to love your country. What's wrong with that? That's great. I think it's amazing. But when it attracts like fucking super racist, like neo-Nazis or actual Nazis in like old school, you know, Germany, there's something rotten there, right? Or, I mean, what is it? Is there something rotten in the ethos? Or is it that these people are, sorry, I think sick, as a result of not making the difficult choices, which I guess if we want to really think about it, it comes from not having that, you know, you could say rite of passage or like involuntary discipline imposed on them, military service, whatever, fucking rite of passage, I guess, fucking throw you in the woods by yourself for 5 days, like make you go be a monk in some Buddhist temple somewhere, give away all your possessions, like whatever it is, you know. I feel like countries that have that, they a little bit more mentally balanced. Well, not always, but a lot of the time. Anyway, I thought I was going to hate this guy, Bulldog Mindset. I like him. I might do more videos of his. If you guys have any other recommendations for videos your YouTubers want to take a look at, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.